Yo, welcome back everybody. Today we have gameplay from a hero who has flown under the radar this patch, so to speak. Yep, pun intended. It's a Galewing game. We get to go back to the older style meta when Nagas aren't in the game. 3-on-3 is a viable line. Turns out that going to 3-on-3, selling off your board, and not having the opportunity to triple very easily, not very good in Naga meta, considering all of the good resources are on Tavern 6. But when Naga aren't in, especially when Mechs are in, Galewing loves mech lobbies. Get a hold of early synergy toward mechs, deflectos, even mech rolls eventually. Play toward Kangors and whatnot, tons of resets. You can pressure most people out of lobbies. And if nobody is really getting into the ultra scaling boards, because there's no Naga in the game, you can compete with most in-game comps. Get a little bit lucky here and there, and the game looks pretty easy. Really, it's just a question of can you stabilize from the 3-on-3 line, because by the time you get to 9 and 10 gold, you have a lot more access to resources than anybody else. All right, enjoy. Look what they did. Damn. Deflecto, Bronze Warden, Draconoid Enforcer. We like that. There's a 4-4 on the board. I think I like Deflecto better than Bronze Warden here. If we weren't on 3, Bronze Warden's typically better than Deflecto. But being on 3, we can set up a board to play into Deflecto that has a higher high roll, or higher peak, if you will. We grief Scabs as well, having no minions on the board. It's a fair point, but it was still harsh. Yeah, it was very harsh. I liked Patron meta. That was actually back when I still played Standard. Patron meta was a ton of fun. It was just difficult, and that made it fun. Like, Standard lacks complexity at times. Counterplaying other people's hand states is super fun, and at a competitive level it's very complex, don't get me wrong, but ladder play is not super complex. You get a lot of aggro, and you get a lot of like ultra control decks that have kind of like rock paper scissors matchups, and the mid-game combo mirrors having that much complexity was really fun. Just my 2 cents. I see. Get them, Divine Shields. Online collectible card games allow for interesting dynamics because they've been tweaked after being released, unlike physical card games. Reprints. We do reprints. Let's go. Meh on here. Rather look at the next board. I like Arm. I think I like Reset better. We do have Murlocs in the lobby. We do have Mech, so like you can't just immediately pivot toward Sephin and think that's going to beat everybody. But we got to keep that in mind. Got a George. Limits the prevalence of Mech boards a little bit, or limits the performance of them a little bit. Now, imagine being a hero that is competitive. Seriously. Seriously. Competitive with a Galewing 3-on-3 hitting. On turn 5. Imagine. And then thinking this hero is bad. That's crazy. On the same tavern tier, 3-on-3 Galewing hitting good minions. We are murder on these turns. These are our turns. These are the big ones. And Rakara is just casually that strong. I liked like the Echo of Medivh boards. Those were super fun. Those like mid-game combo decks were a lot of fun to play. The like ultra control and ultra aggro never really interested me as much. Yo, what's up, Resignal? How you doing, dude? Was wondering, what does Firestone percentage actually reflect accurately? I mean, there's places where it bugs. it is no, like neither HS Replay nor Firestone are acting up in the same way that they were a couple months ago. If you remember that time period where like everything was fucky and it just felt like everything you did was just resulting in wrong odds. They're way, way closer nowadays. Man, we can't win rounds as Galewing in the middle of the game. Now, to be fair, we lost to a triple into 5 Baby Crush board and Rakara with a tempo start, but like, we should be 32 health here, strong considering going the 5. And instead, we're on 4 at 22 health with a very, very, very sketchy position to be in. Oh well, we're just gonna play into what we have. Mostly cry about it, you know? That's the plan. Cry a little bit. Just little bits of tears. Tear here, a tear there. You don't have to cry for days. Just a little few tears. Last time I played, it was like Secret Murloc Paladin. Every Fin Paladin, or whatever it's called, the 10 cost one that summoned all of the Murlocs you played. I remember that one. Control Paladin, or whatever, the mid-game one with the 3/4 Murloc. The one that summoned more Murlocs, or whatever it was. I don't 100% remember. Every Fin is awesome. That's the card. Yeah. Fin ages, man. Remember that time period? I just remember completing all like the 500 wins with each hero just to play a variety of things. Alright, at least this is a good matchup for us. He's going towards Zephin. We're going to be very favored in that matchup. It's okay. I don't want the reset. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I want it anyway. Oh, we want to give him all of the value. Real quick, just clear all the damage off the board too. Sure. Yep. Absolutely. Good for you. Our RNG today is something special, I'll tell you what. Oh man. Hard not to get a little salty. Just a little. Just a small amount of salt, you know. A sprinkling here and there. I like these cards. Do you want to Argus? Or do you want to Mechanotank? If we have one more gold, we do both. I think we consider Mechanotank to be slightly too late. That we taunt up temporary minions. Maybe one permanent, one temporary. And then we let this go. There's a real risk of cleave here. You gotta be a little bit careful about that. Bofur, what's your favorite fruit? Blackberries. I like blackberries. Man, it's like he was built to beat our board. Like he could have handpicked the cards to beat our board there. There's a Leroy to deal with the Taunt Divine Shield, the Cleave to fuck up this attack order. Good news is he Leroyed the wrong direction, so hooray. We'll take it. Bruh, I never liked them. Blackberries are the best. Raspberries and blackberries, give me a bowl of that any day. That's my kind of snack. I hate the blackberries. Those keyboards were stupid, but they fit in your pocket. Pocket-sized keyboards. Telling me you don't like that? You can go, you can go, you can go, and then we can argue on whether or not we'd want baby ass scaling. And I would say Bofur or chat. I would say my own name. Chat, it is far too late in the game for us to be taking baby ass 1/1 scaling for a minion that doesn't do anything on the board. We be Deflectos, and that's kind of the end of it. The game was harsh to us. We had some real shitty combat RNG. We got good minions. And we pivot toward Deflectos. We look for our triple. Still have the Mechano tank. We have a module for next turn. We could get another Argus and an arm or something if we wanted to try to scam. So this is going to seem stupid, but I just discovered mango slices and they're real good. That doesn't seem stupid. I don't think I had a mango till I was almost an adult. Like as a kid, fruit to me was like apples. And that's about it. It's not something that I had a ton of access to. No, you know, my parents bought me nice food. Don't get me wrong. But like, not a lot of diversity in fruit is really what I'm going for here. That there wasn't like, I knew all of the, oh my god, I love guavas as a 7-year-old, you know? Never a pair, never triples. A lot of pairs, never triples though. Bofur's parents wouldn't buy him fruit. I can see it right now. Corn? Yeah, I mean, I'm in Ohio. Corn's pretty much a fruit here. We're gonna make some fajitas. Everything in it, fruit. Tomatoes are a fruit? There are a lot of tomatoes. Tomatoes would be in that list. But it's like apples, you know, oranges and whatnot from time to time. Do we try to play for 3 more turns or we just build a big Deflecto? I think it's just a big Deflecto at this stage. Alright, it's okay, I did want to roll. Selfless is pretty good. Gonna get out of one of these guys. Taunt up another thing so we can get the strong shell value, or yeah. Tons of resets just isn't really a thing. We'll just get our small amount of resets and be okay with it. This thing doesn't attack, which is pretty cool. As long as it stays at 0, it exists as effectively a buffer where we'll attack with the Deflectos again. Fruit's so expensive. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the logic there. That the stuff that's local to you, that you can be like, oh, I get cheap apples and oranges and all that kind of stuff, then you just buy that kind of stuff. As I gotten older, tried a lot more stuff. Like strawberries when they're in season, hell yeah, they're all over the place. Strawberries when they're out of season, I'm not spending $5 for a little tiny container of strawberries, you know? Same deal with raspberries, blackberries, all that kind of stuff. Oranges and apples and whatnot, you can get cheap all year round. We're talking about fruit again. We should go talk about how strawberries aren't a fruit. Yeah, we should go down that rabbit hole. Is beer a fruit? Because I had a ton of fruit yesterday. Chuckle, chuckle. I streamed all day. Did I tell you I was drunk the whole time? Lobby Legends? Then not sleep and then come back? When did you have time? Tech W. So, Ricaro didn't find stuff. Was going toward elementals, huh? Apricots, peaches, and plums? I mean, great fruit, don't get me wrong. But that stuff, where are you? That you're getting your normal fruit salad is apricots, peaches, and plums. I can't think of any time that I can get those for like cheap and then being in season. No, I'm obviously in the Midwest. We don't have apricot fields. Maybe a little bit here and there. Mackerel? Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, it's a fruit as well. Mayonnaise, also a fruit. Alright, we're just not picky this game. We're just in on the resources the game's given us. Don't love giving this attack. So we gotta pull it back now. Eggs are chicken fruit. Good, good. Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe gets a lot of plums and apricots and such. Florida. My grandparents used to vacation, or not vacation really. They basically migrated every winter when they got old to Florida. They spent like 4 months a year. Would go vacation to their campground in Florida. I remember there being a lot of fruit in Florida that was different. Dude, that's my retirement plan right there. I just need enough money to get a mobile home camper. We're just gonna drive south. It works for me. But yeah, I was thinking about that the other day with like camping. I haven't been camping in like 8 years. I miss it. Just being outside. You gonna be a snowbird? Basically yell at people off my porch already. Might as well become a snowbird too. Get off my lawn! He yells at all the teenagers. My shields, bro. What was that deflecto? Good enough. We count these as W's. Bofur, 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 Bofur. Yo, what's up, Debatable Awesome? How's it going? We have like 2 months of apricot, plums, and peaches? Sounds awesome, actually. Would love that shit. Oh my god, I keep hitting my mic. Yeah, you remember when this game was shitty and we didn't hit stuff, and then we played toward Deflectobot and suddenly it's top 4? And we're fighting a Murloc board that could easily just be top 2? Man, I really like this. I'm just gonna do this. Keep pushing Westfall, baby. When do you just push Westfall every game? Once we're Deflectos and we don't have a real reason to get 5 stars, we're just gonna push that button for 6 attack every time we would have discovered a minion. Yeah, but this is beautiful, right? Like, no triples, casually 22 health still, 4 wins in a row, just steering in the mechs. Do we try to put you late? Do we try to get the reset more efficiently? I really wish I didn't have both of them taunted now, but it is what it is. I could have argued selling Harvest Golem. It's 17 attack is why I didn't do it. I didn't even think about doing it. I could have sold Harvest Golem instead of taking the, whatever it was, 4 attack, 6 attack egg off the board. I think it was 2 attack at the time, but we played 2 Battlecry buffs. And the potential for the extra reset is probably better. Now, this thing getting a first reset when you have a double taunt is way more likely, so maybe not. Especially with Leroy being so prevalent. Not having any reset until late would be pretty sus. Yeah, this is what we said. This guy's playing Murlocs, that's good for us early in the game. Is because even an average mid-game Mechrel board smokes a Murloc board. Like we saw this earlier, we were playing Murlocs and the guy against us had like a good version of Deflecto and we just sat there and went, yeah, that's just not gonna happen. He had like all resets, double Mechrel, double Deflecto, what like the final version of this board would look like. Why can't you guys just die? Oh, he had double Kangors, that's what the version was. So let's argue for a second here about how good Ghoul is. Considering it's George. This is Ghoul, right? We don't get enough value here. And the question becomes, do we value a Kangors over an additional reset? Like, you could sell Harvest Golem, move Egg to here, put Kangors in the back. This Ghoul's gonna have so much attack, dude. I think it's better. Spank his shields within the reset? Yeah, that's what we're doing. You could argue this thing later, because then you get the shield immediately on mech roll, or we get the deflector to reshield the mech roll. Does leave it open to get hit once there. Wow. Good opening hits. Uh-oh. Mackerels. You need to be able to beat a Reborn Coiler. If that's not the meta, I don't know what is. Reborn Coiler versus random bullshit. Which one wins? Oh my god, double Buster. Not what I wanted to see. But we're getting some pretty tolerable results over here. Look at him go. Oh, don't worry about me. We're just scamming a little bit. We're just bringing the scam home. Ping pong time. Yep, little ones. We got him. We 20%ed him. Looks like he lived. Nice. Good shit. Just your casual mech board. Mechs in current year. I don't know what his board is. We could pick up Leroy. We're a little sus on our board state now. We played that for beating exactly George. Now we got to figure out what to do next. I mean, a Mega Buster's a pretty good hit here. Gives him health to all this stuff. Let's just get that. That's not Buster. If we got a Reborn, I would consider Reborning Coiler and then dropping Leroy on the spot. Maybe. Alright, let's consider for a second. Is it Coiler or is it Leroy? Should I stay or should I go? Bait all over? Yeah, I don't think any of it's quite good enough to do. But cool things. Coiler gives 2 Leroys. It also can give resets. So like, half of the death rattles are good out of a Coiler. I also don't want to put the Leroy up front. We have a little bit of an issue with him just Leroying the reset down, which is annoying. We don't know his board at all, haven't seen it. Oh, Leroy's. Oh, Scam Comps versus Scam Comps, let's go. Too bad he went first. It's an egg back. Ooh, that's a spicy hit. I think that's gonna do. Reset? It's a Leroy, but it's not a reset. Hey, remember when this game was shitty and we played to a tempo? I remember. Mechs in current year, dude. Take Naga out of the pool and suddenly a lot of tribes are very viable. Weird how that works. Utility comps? Actually competitive in the game when you get rid of the Ultra Scaler? No. Say it ain't so. It is really a first or sixth kind of day, isn't it?